Do you know what it is? I keep that hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Do you ever just sit down at the end of your day and have a burrito with 4 ounces of Angus beef? Real American cheddar.
Okay, we're gonna go through this video. It's likely you've seen this video before. When I saw this, it was initially on Facebook. It had millions of shares, millions of views, millions of likes, and millions of comments. And anyways, so he has these 3 boxes, and what happens next is truly inspiring. He kneels down, very difficult to kneel down. He's wounded, here he goes, getting up, boom. The flag fell. Goes, he picks it up. There's nowhere to put it back up. So he continues to fold it. Nice. Puts it down. Oh, I forgot the best part. Here we go. He puts it down. Puts it down in the packages. Here we go. Thank you for your service. Salute. He does the spin. Ooh. Oh, man. That looks painful. And he walks away. And the video ends. I don't want to just sound like I'm being cynical, but I do find this content to be not good because it's so reactionary and it's super, super manipulative. But let's break down a few things. For starters, he's walking up with a limp. Amazon, you have to pass a certain mobility test in order to work for Amazon. You can't have a limp like this. You would never be able to fulfill their productivity time frames because you wouldn't be able to deliver to enough houses. There's 3 different tape styles on here, 3 different Amazon tapes, and Amazon puts different tapes on for different marketing campaigns at different times of the year. So these 3 boxes, the tape, are from 3 different times of the year. He's putting them on the ground like this. Again, there's such just an absolute, to me, the most obvious thing here is Amazon would never hire somebody who can't move like this. I mean, Amazon is obsessed with efficiency and they would never hire this guy. Amazon workers do not take pictures with their phone. They actually have devices. Now, this is where that 3-minute mark comes in, is they do this entire video and let it play out because it allows more ad time and it gets more engagement and it makes for more ability to monetize it. It makes it more ad valuable because the longer you watch a video, the more likely Facebook or YouTube is to suggest it to other viewers because it's all about what content keeps people on most engaged for the longest amount of time. I think also the shoes are not allowed with Amazon's dress code. The other thing I'm going to point out is there is 0 branding on his vest for Prime, which is again also not a pretty good giveaway. So, okay, big deal. It's fake. What does it matter? I mean, I don't know if it does matter, but it just bothers me to see this kind of stuff do so well, this very, very emotional kind of manipulative content that they're trying to pass it off as real. Because obviously everything is a certain level of propaganda, news, documentaries, everything. But this kind of stuff is simply trying to paint a narrative that just isn't true. And even though in this context, you can even argue that they're helping the cause of, reminding people that we need to take care of vets or something, but it's also just a reminder of how easy it is to manipulate the general public to feel a certain way or to think a certain way. And that is why I feel a lot of motivation to push for more production education. I think that the way that we're communicated to via video and editing and all that is just simply something that the general population doesn't necessarily know how it works. People don't know how production is handled. And I think that hasn't really mattered until recently, where kids and youth and people in general are more and more exposed to this kind of content. I mean, it's oversaturated. And to take everything at face value is dangerous. You know, it's like, remember in school where they spent so much time teaching us how we need to fact check all of our information on Wikipedia? Well, where's the push to fact check your information when it comes to viral videos? There are so many of them are fake. I mean, I would say most of the videos you see of like emotional kind of stuff where people are like, you know, they're creating a problem and then solving it. If I come across more examples, I want to talk about them, because I just think that more production education is important for young kids. Yeah, I don't know. I think if kids are just exposed to how production works, how a script is written, how shots are composed, how does music affect the way you feel, how does framing, how do edits, how you know, just how does it work? How does it work? And even if it's not something you go into, like I've said many times in the past, just because you're not going to become a writer doesn't mean you shouldn't know how to write a narrative story. You know, just because you're not going to become a mathematician doesn't mean you shouldn't know how to do basic arithmetic. It's the same thing. Just because you're not going to go into video production doesn't mean you shouldn't have a basic understanding of how media is produced, because you're exposed to so much of it and we get so much of our information on it and we are led to rely on it at such an incredible scale that to be able to be so easy for such a large population to be so easily manipulated by something like this and not take a second to ask the biggest question of viral media, which is, why was somebody filming? I don't know. I feel like this is how I feel. This is how I feel like this video turned out.